Okay, this is how I adapted the quarter horsepower motor off the shelf, which would be this one. Yes, to an existing K50 drain cleaning machine. Okay, this is the old motor, which is probably 20-25 years old. An awesome thing, you know, it's very good quality, but it's got its beating, you know, so it's not worth repairing the thing. I was told just to change the bearings is about $130, you know, so maybe the capacitor would be wrong, you know, so probably it would push the repair to $200. The motor off the shelf, like this one, yes, a brand new quarter horsepower, which is compared with the factory one, which is 1/6 horsepower. Quarter horsepower is 50% more powerful. Costs $99 versus the factory one around $500 and plus. So I got quotings from $430 to $550 for this motor. Screw it. Okay. By the way, okay, there will be some unparliamentary language here, you know, so if someone is offended by vulgar language, please leave now. It's not too late. Now, this machine is also not working, you know, so it will have to be repaired. And of course, I will replace the motor. So that's another thing, you know, this motor is not working. Maybe bearings, of course, you know, need to be replaced, and the capacitor is the same motor as the other one. There is also a way to replace, to adapt another motor, but we won't be talking about this. We'll be just talking about replacing the motor, how I did it, you know, with the stuff off the shelf. Now, what are these plates here for? Pieces of metal. They are 3 millimeters or so thick, yeah, pieces of metal, just from the scrapyard, which cost me about $2. This is part of some old door, you know, 3 millimeters, so it's about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, so these are the scraps, which I will, of course, return to the scrap. I don't need them. I use the bigger one for the bigger plate here, on which the gear of the K50 machine rests, you know, and the door I used for the back here. You see even the handle here, you know, so I said, hey, I might as well use the handle, you know, since it's there. Now, how did I do it? Well, I allowed myself to loosen the bolts underneath so that I can very easily pull out the top for the demonstration. Okay, just let's pull the damn thing out. Okay, the top is out. Okay, that's how it looks like. You see, this is the piece of the one on the left. So it's in here. That's what it is. Yeah. Now, how the gear looks inside? Well, take a look at this. To the left, you see the sprocket that transfers the power from the sprocket, which is right here, to this part, and on the right there is a clutch of the drain cleaning machine. Yeah. What we have, what's important, take a closer look. Yeah, and what you can see inside, right there, this small little thing inside the groove. Well, the groove gave me the most trouble, but it's not a big deal, you know. I didn't know how to make it in the beginning, because in order to make it, the machine shop told me that the motor would have to be taken apart, and then they can do it, you know. So brand new motor taken apart, no. The shaft, which just this stuff inside, this part inside, the spinning part of the motor, has to be 1/2 inch, you know, the same as the shaft on this machine. The groove here, which you can see here, they call it keyway. Yeah, well, that's what they said they can do unless the motor is taken apart. So I know, pretty stupid. So what I used for it, I used those small little Dremel tools. You know, they look like toys. You can get them at Home Depot, and that's what I did. I got them at Home Depot, and cutters, you know, and 2 small cutters, and yeah, I cut the groove for this small little thing which you see right now at the top of the screen. Yeah. Now, it's very important that the distance between this surface, the surface which has to be perfectly horizontal, and the bottom of the teeth, yeah, is not more than 1 1/8 of an inch. 1 1/8, yeah, not more. You know, so please remember this. Yeah. So what I had to do now, after having made the groove, I positioned the top plate, yeah, horizontally, and well, had to drill 3 holes, 1, 2, and 3. The good part was they were perfectly in line. It means the centers of those holes were in one line. Oh, thank God. Now, the distance between the center of the central hole and the left or right hole is, and listen carefully, surprising for North Americans, is perfectly 7.5 centimeters. I mean, in metric, 7.5 centimeters. Well, why would the company do something like that? I don't know. Making stuff for North America. It's maybe to discourage people like me who try to bypass, you know, their system and try to make something slightly different with their products. Anyway, I made 1 plate and the holes. Yeah, put it of course on top, without the sprocket being installed yet. It had to rest totally flat. Then the part here, the second plate, yeah, this top plate and the second plate have to be, first it had to be fitted to the second plate, the vertical one, to rest against the brackets, the factory brackets here. Yeah, then since this one was longer before, so they had to touch. This one had to be rest horizontally on top. This one has to rest flat against the factory mounting brackets. Then you mark where they touch. Yeah, once you mark where they touch, and there has to be perfectly 90-degree angle here. Once you mark on the top plate where they touch, you might just take both of them to the machine shop and have them welded for a few bucks. Perfectly straight. It means that the angle has to be perfect 90 degrees. They will do it in 3 minutes, you know, so using the angle. Once it's there, hey, you're fine, you know. Then you put these 2 already welded parts. It means this one here and this one. You just put the top one on top. Then you mount the sprocket using, of course, you know, the keyway already has been done using Dremel tools. So I mean, I mounted it. Yeah. So position it so that the distance. I positioned it that the distance between what the hell is it? I'm working with one hand here, you know. So the bottom plate and the bottom of the teeth is not more than 1 1/8 of an inch, minus 1 inch or so. Once you have it, then you can just put your the top part, the gears. Yeah, make sure that they are aligned nicely. Yeah, put the put the bolts in, they have to be tight. You cannot have much of a play, so they have to be done tight. It means drill tight very precisely. The same, this 90-degree, yes, to be very precise. Yeah, once you have them there, well, there you go. The machine is almost done. Take a look at this. Yes. Now, what I have here, check it out. Then you mount the other one to the existing factory brackets. Yeah. Yes. And what I found out, it's I used all the existing parts here, the existing holes. Yeah, but I also it also popped into my head to drill actually through the do not use the existing hole, but just drill right through the metal, and these two are squeezed together, so that's even a better fit. So I would encourage myself to do this next time, you know. Now, okay, damn thing popped out, no problem. Just give me a sec. Good. Okay. Now, excellent. So what we have right now, what we would have to do right now, it's hook up the electricity to this machine. Well, I made a short cord because the long ones, they're just pain in the ass. So what we did, what I did is, let me just take this one out actually. Okay, and well, we have a back plate for which the 1/4-inch nut driver will fit. So let's use it. Okay. One. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm doing everything with one hand, you know. So the other one, I hold the with the other one, I'm holding the tablet. Yeah, filming this thing. Okay, good. Well, we've got bunch of cables here. Do not get scared. Everybody knows, obviously, this is the ground. One has to have it. And there are two cables, black and red. Yes, and also the big help is there is also a diagram how they all work. You see? Yes, and how they were connected and how we are supposed to connect stuff to them. Excellent. So the most important thing is any intelligent person would be able to hook them up by the diagram without rush. But a very important thing is when everything is hooked up, and as I did, I had revolutions to the left, so I want the machine to turn to the right, obviously, yes. So there is also a way to reverse the revolutions, of course. It's actually even marked here underneath at the bottom, right here. Yes, what we have to do, we have to reposition maybe, or interchange, oh that's the best word, interchange the two cables. So red will put this in the place of the black, and black the place of the red ones. So we can't put our fingers in there because the fingers are too big, but what we do, we've got this animal, long nose pliers. What we do with this is we grab it, pull it up. There we go. You see? And the connector is out. So now we have to remember where we pulled it out from, of course. And now we need to pull out the red connector from there. and interchange them. So obviously I did it, so let me just put the black one back where it belongs. That's it. It's connected. The same you will do with the connectors when you connect. We will do it with the connectors when we connect the cable from here, you know. So we also need the special crimping tool, which costs at Princess Auto about $3, yeah, and a bunch of connectors, whatever, peanuts, yeah. So once we're done, yes, please remember, let me repeat myself again. If you have revolutions in the reverse direction to the left, you can straighten them out, make the machine move to the right, make the motor turn to the right by interchanging black and the red connections right here, you know. So that's what it is. Just a sec. And where is the plate? Oh yeah, there is the plate. Okay, so that's what it is. Easy, no big deal. Yeah. And what else? This jeez, man. Oh, that sucks. Gosh, working with left hand always sucks. Why is it so? Maybe because I'm right-handed, eh? Anyway. Okay, good. Home run. A few seconds, we'll be done. Okay, cool. Okay, you see, it's already done. Anyway, yeah, now we have it still here, so let's put the, where the hell is it? Yeah, let's put the top part together. Let's push it in. Oh yeah, all had to be drilled tight, so it means there's no room for play. It means there can't be any play between the bolts here and the mounting plate because of the teeth of our two sprockets. Well, that's about it, you know. And let me just let you have a look at this. It's a $99 motor, which is more powerful than the factory supplied one by 50%. Okay, you saw it, how easy it is to install it. Yeah, there we go. That's all I used. Okay, the downside is that it's a single phase motor, so you cannot mount a reversing switch on it because it won't give you much of an advantage. But if when the machine turns to the right, if you need to put it in reverse, just disconnect it, turn it around, put your snake backwards, and run it. You know, run it for whatever you need. Next, for until the snake is freed, you know, from the obstacle. That's it. But of course, I'm learning as we are going. But next machine, I was advised to buy a motor that can be reversed. So the electrician told me 1 or 2 phases. Okay, so I will do it, and then he will install a switch to change the direction on the fly. Yeah, and this stuff, well, maybe tomorrow. I don't have a switch on this, but just to turn it on and off. But I'll find one tomorrow and put it somewhere on this cable, wherever, you know. Yeah, so that's a simple thing. Yeah, that's about it. And thanks for watching, and hopefully it benefited your knowledge. of plumbing somehow. Yeah, please take a look. Yeah, again. And in this case, I just saved myself, I would say, easy 400 bucks. And now, next time, if I need a new motor, I won't be going for 1.6 horsepower company motor that actually it takes them 2 or 3 weeks to send by mail or whatever they're sending this way. It's you know, I'm just sick and tired of being treated like a piece of crap by a big corporation, you know. So took action, you know. So now I'm not dependent on them. It feels good to be free of someone so arrogant, you know, who is just peeing on me, you know, without having the decency of saying that's what they are doing. Thank you very much, and goodbye.